what I'm expecting is everything we've seen from BLG, even if you go back to 2024. Get bot priority, invade early onto the bot side so you can get vision on not only enemy jungle, but maybe even get some ideas of where respawn camps are. That was denied to Gala.
And it's exactly what you had talked about. He had mentioned that in the pregame, this was the plan for BLG, to get early lane prio, to transition that into a Pantheon invade. And now a flash from Hongq does force flash out of Knight. Shun's in the mid lane as well. Flash from him to maybe take out this Ahri early on. One more auto will do it, and first blood goes to Shun. Closer to level 6 for Pantheon.
I think so far what we have seen from BLG in this playoffs, and maybe to JDG's credit as to why we've seen them be so good around objectives, is that BLG have been super abusive of all the influx of gold so far in this season.
This is going to be, I think, really big for just the top side in general. BLG have been having prio mostly toward themselves across this, so now it's just going to make it that much more consequential. But also, I mean, when you've got champions like the Pantheon being able to throw down that Grand Starfall, it's really dictated by who gets this bot side objective. This controls the trajectory of the game. So I feel like just the more important aspect of this match is this.
Gala separated from the team, but now just rejoining them. Shun goes low, but flashes away, and it will just be On that falls. Hongq following up on Shun, but it's going to get stunned in response. Maybe taken down. Flash forward from Vampire. Does secure the kill for Hongq, but Viper's looking for a little bit more. Looking to answer back for BLG, and he will find Vampire.
It turns out you can't miss smite fights if you never start the objective with the enemy jungle there.
Big if.
There we go.
Objective tentatively tickled. Junja wants this flash forward with the charm from Hongq, but he's immediately taken low. So is On, who goes down. Gala being focused by Shun, but there are too many members of JDG in the river, and Viper, nowhere near it, is going to have to back away. Hongq's all over him once again with the Spirit Rush, and will take him out, giving Gala a double kill in this fight, and JDG, the Dragon.
Setup be damned. I mean, Junja was so tanky in that fight. He was in the middle of BLG, and they just couldn't burst him down. The rest of the JDG members are free hitting in that fight. BLG are all grouped up.
Who do rely a lot on the Hongq-Junja combination, specifically Junja, to be calling for when to take engagement. This easily another is On is positioned illegally.
So is Shun. I mean, he's got nowhere to run, no ultimate, no flash, no nothing.
Cease and desist comes down, and honestly, the Pantheon will go down as well. Hongq collects another kill, but
overload a side at any point, which is a pretty common strategy now that we're kind of coasting toward that mid game. I think that BLG, one of the big things that they've done is have been Knight push on a lane.
Difference maker if we're going to see them have a real fighting chance at this third dragon.
Here's the overloading sides that we talked about.
Xiaoshu underneath the tower, not going to save him. He goes down. Maybe a bit of this comfort from JDG wrenched away just now. Still the majority of vision in this side belonging to them, and Gala feels comfortable taking the fight with what he thought was Viper, but turns out to be On. Pop Blossom takes him down. Shun claims the kill, and now is a BLG favored fight as they get another teleport, matching Hongq's in from Knight. Over the wall with the cease and desist. Bin gets aggressive, still hovering on low HP as Shun takes to the front lines with Knight. Viper claiming a kill, a double going to Knight, and BLG manufacture fights just in time for the Dragon.
Everyone, please say thank you, On. An incredible bait onto Gala, tries to dash forward, and just gives over the gold lead. Give them the gold and the respite that they're looking for.
Wait, hang on.
Three members of JDG all piled in here for this pick. Junja starts it off, but doesn't connect with the Vault Breaker. Charm's going to land. Bin half HP, and Bin taken down. So a nice pick coordinated by JDG on the other side of the map. I'm not seeing the response from BLG. They've gotten a little bit of camp, but
are continuing to get these items.
I think they're super strong, though. You have two items. During that play, that was a flash onto Vampire. He no longer has that. That was On looking for it. They're going to pick off Xiaoshu again, and this is perfect for the Dragon Timer.
Let's see how much actually gets answered here as, well, Xiaoshu does go down. JDG
spots that out, so nothing available.
they're not. I hope they can get at least these plates, because right now BLG are nowhere near a Dragon Soul, right? Like we
Right.
Functionally speaking, we're not super close to getting to a soul at this point. So what are we gonna do? Let's get gold on side lane. Let's try to match some of this gold. Hongq getting an entire turret and 2 plates is really nice.
On that part of the map and on those members of BLG.
Them brothers is not killing Bin. Look at his items. Like,
Yeah.
who is killing the 3-item in Bessa with Merc Treads and Death Stance? GG.
Big gold lead going the way of Bin as well in the side lane.
In on the mid wave, they completely call off the dive. So now you're gonna be missing some summoner spells. No flash for Shun going into this dragon.
Teleport.
This is a full pick as well with the teleport behind, like you mentioned.
Wow.
Bin has already almost solo killed Junja. Knight's here to finish the job. Junja flashes away, but it will not save him. Knight secures the kill, and it's numbers favored for BLG as Bin goes super deep and falls. Pop Blossom hits nothing, but BLG, they just keep going. Xiaoshu gonna escape, but it's a double kill for Knight as he flashes over the wall. Hongq gonna have to burn the Spirit Rush to get out of here, and JDG, they come up hands empty.
Now we're going to another dragon, which JDG want to fight.
Their old timings, especially Pop Blossom not being there, doesn't seem...
BLG looking to tighten their grip around this game now that the threat of Soul is there. Bin, Grand Star.
Whoa!
Also coming in. We're
that-
just...
BLG do call that this is a possibility, but a little bit of damage from Hongq does keep
It's gone!
Viper honest in his positioning. JDG, they get this Baron, and the punish on
Bouncing between these waves in Fog of War. This is an important stretch of time where
Yeah.
they're getting gold back for themselves.
Public
Wow.
execution, though. I mean, Hongq and Junja just sit there watching it. Pop Blossom catches them both, but able to survive just long enough. Maybe JDG are able to turn this fight. Gala's here, and Gala's free firing, popped into the GA. We've got another chance at life for Shun, but even that not going to save him as Junja collects the kill. JDG buy enough time to turn that fight around.
Yeah, JDG, really good response from the collapse there by the rest of BLG. Managed to break open that tier 2 as well.
Oh, Jinja's in a massive flank.
MVP
Oh, boy.
observers, but Bin feels comfortable just taking the fight to Gala on his own. Does find the public execution,
Junja!
but Gala is out of there with a flash. Vampire low, and Pop Blossom will go down as now the fight refocuses on Xiaoshu. Shun, though,
Dead.
never lost his eyes on Gala, flashing on top of him and turned the fight for BLG. Viper now the only AD carry left standing, and he is standing tall,
Ooh.
collecting the kill onto Hongq. A double kill for him, a double kill for Viper and Shun. And it turns into a
GG.
big team fight win for BLG.
And it was Junja looking for the long con, but Bin takes a shortcut right into the heart of Gala. BLG stab and strike first in the best of 5.
This is a big win for BLG, being able to turn this around from a game that JDG was reclaiming. The series may be close, but in the team fights, it wasn't that close. BLG, they find the win in game 1. It is a great start for them.
I just think that there are so many angles for BLG to play more flexibly around these 5v5s, and JDG are gonna really have to play a very strategic game of whittling their opponents down. Or so, probably gonna just be a smite fight for the Gromp.
I think Junja wins it, and actually might win a whole lot more. Hongq actually not going to be safe despite the reflect, and Junja gets to try and tank for him, but unfortunately, no flash on Mel means that Hongq...
Also dodges out on the Nami bubble. Going back to live, it looks like Xiaoshu's probably gone.
And yet, yeah, he looks so good, and yet, Junja's got no support on the way. Is he going to flag and drag for a smite steal?
Steal.
He could do it. I've seen it before.
Oh!
Flashboard misses the smite. Flags and drags into the steadfast presence.
Wait.
Junja is suffering, but at least he gets an answering kill. Gala's here as well, and he picks up another, despite not getting the dragon. 2 for 1. First to Crystal Arrow, headed out towards the mid lane. No rebuttal left, and Knight gets a free stun off this as well. That was a nice arrow, that's all I gotta say.
It's not a great trajectory. JDG are going to have to try and correct that. We can see
Uh-oh.
Junja is going to try.
No.
Does have Cataclysm, uses it to
Teleport.
dodge the Encore for now, but it's a 4v3 in the bot side, favoring JDG. Honkyu's teleported down, Knight unable to match.
Which they were unable to do, or On specifically was unable to do in that last fight, thus leading to his death. So JDG, when they go for that snap engage, they have to be very mindful of BLG's slipperiness with the summoners all up for themselves.
Look out for Enchanted Crystal Arrow as well. That's a pretty short cooldown, and Viper's got it right now. Could fish.
Oh.
Junjia doesn't get into the pit, and will secure Dragon for BLG. Disengaged from JDG.
He's going!
Junjia, however, does flash forward. Flag and drag not going to connect. Flash Encore from Ando catches two. Steadfast Presence protects the back line. But Gala's walking forward. Shun in the back line does manage to collect a triple kill. And now Gala, who walked forward, is all alone. It is another kill to BLG. This one going to On. But
just continuing to steamroll this game. You can see that Shun has already started up the Herald. Junjia is on the bot side of the map. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we take Junjia away from the neutral objectives so that he doesn't do anything silly.
I don't know how I'm feeling about
all right.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, good deal. We've got a dive going on top side. Bit disjointed from
You
BLG,
don't
if
have a
I'm
wave.
honest, but Xiaoshu's not feeling great about it either way. Still incredibly low on this
What
Jace,
the-
but
whoa,
Bin
whoa,
walks through the
whoa!
tower, and
Whoa.
we are a bit deep in the sauce right now, as is Junjia, who cataclysms onto two completely isolated members as Knight collects the double kill. Things could
they
be
just
going
made
better,
two
and I
plays.
think that's cope.
They just played two different sides of the map. They made a play on mid lane. Knight kills Gala, gets the second kill on the Vampire.
5v5 setting, their comp just isn't in a position to contest BLG, as now Xiaoshu's just dead on the side.
Yeah, no turret safety, and it's tough because, as you both had mentioned, that
You don't even have to sacrifice the Herald to gain the priority around this area.
just gonna have to walk up, teleport for JDG. They are throwing everything into this fight, and Gala
Here goes
is
On.
not even gonna be there. He gets yeeted right out.
Oh!
Flash,
there we go.
And the Encore just sends a huge CC chain the way of Junjia. You don't have an ADC, you don't have a jungler, you don't have a dragon, and somehow things are getting worse as Gala has to flash after the dragon take simply to survive.
Herald will get a Junjia, and they get the turret mid, and they get the third dragon. And
Bit of a mental reset needs to be had, be it in this game, be it after this game. Junjia is going for something on the bot side, and Bin, to Junjia's credit, may very well go down. But Knight's here immediately afterwards, and JDG have to deal with the consequences of their actions. Xiaoshu does flash on top of Knight. Heal comes through, saving Knight's life, and now it's a 4v2 in the favor of BLG bot side. To their credit, as the double kill goes over to Shun, JDG do get a little bit of access to the mid lane. Grab another plate, if not the whole tower. I don't think it'll be the whole tower.
I like this.
Ult?
Honku, execute. We're
Sure.
good.
Wait, if
sober up.
BLG get nothing else after this,
To get that under control. And yeah, BLG, I think, understand the importance of that mid lane tier 1, and they have sent Viper and On to patrol the area, keep control of that mid lane priority, and not allow JDG to claim that turret.
You have to worry about JDG's front line as well. No flash on Junjia, who's getting engaged on. Slammed into the wall and Enchanted Crystal arrowed. This Cataclysm is a Hail Mary to get out. Honkyu's here to try and save his jungler, but it's not going to work. A recall will fortunately keep Xiaoshu alive, but BLG,
Baron?
having picked off the jungler, they're already topside. You know what time it is.
okay, teleport's coming in from Xiaoshu on the mid wave. He'll have the teleport shield, but aside from that, this is what JDG comp wants to do. Trap them on the objective and just poke.
Bin's almost mega. He gets to play a huge front line right now. Xiaoshu's the only one with real access into the pit. 4K left on the Baron, and JDG have to give this one up for lost. The BLG play around Baron is too clean for them right now.
And you can see Knight as well is going to try and defend the turret here. Gala's going to walk up and just auto it. Good decision there.
Are they going to give this up? BLG, they might just be willing to play with the Baron, but a lot of flashes. Remember, no flash for Knight.
Oh, reflect. We're all good. We're all good. The battle comes out. Gala, however, very low. And gets caught by the Encore. Insta-cleanse, though. Tries to turn things around onto Bin, but he loses his support in the process. Vampire's down. Another 4v5 in the favor of BLG. They got a Seraphine in all this poke as well, which you're really starting to feel the impact of now with JDG behind and on, keeping BLG up. It's feeling rough.
Oh, he's going for it. Come on, Junja.
Nope.
Well, that's the game, folks. That's going to be a Hextech Soul. That's going to be BLG. Even with some of their members dying on the back end here, Hongq's going to put some final fancy feet before BLG take care of him. What? Whoa!
Whoa! It was cool, though. You got a kill.
It was cool. I agree. I totally agree. It looked cool. It made me feel like my blood pressure rose a little bit, but now I'm back down. I'm at resting heart rate right now. 8,000 gold lead, a bot turret, a mid turret. I gotta say, guys, I know we're only 2 games into this series, but I think Shun has been spectacular so far in these 2 games.
And especially from the response, because of how this game started, right? He got cheesed level 1, or level 2 rather, on his top side, got zoned off from being able to participate in the top side.
JDG just don't have a leash to put on anybody. Like, you try and throw the few engage and hard CC tools you have.
We're almost 2-0 basically at this point in the game. The gold lead that they have, 10,000. Gotta ask, historically speaking, JDG are gonna have to break big mentals here. Never, ever has the team from the lower finals, after going into the uppers, ever won the LPL.
It is about rising above expectations. BLG, to lose today would be to fall short of what they've set for themselves and what others have set for them. Engage on Knight is going to go out. Encore doesn't connect, but Knight still alive, just dealing with the Jarvan. Finally will get executed by Hongq. That not even the focus of BLG, though.
Elder!
They take the Baron in the meantime.
It's 50-second death timer, and it's also flash burned as well. JDG are in a 4v5 situation. They can look to maybe go for an Elder fight here. That's their best bet. That's their only bet.
Still 4v4. Still 4v4. BLG. Shun gets a double knock-up. Forward goes Viper. It is 1, 2. It is 3 and 4. Picked up. A double kill for Bin. And Xiaoshu shows up just in time to back to base.
I mean, you talked about it maybe being their best shot, but when you're down 12,000 gold in Hextech Soul, that's basically a pinhole when we're talking about any kind of choice there for JDG. This is going to be BLG continuing to end this game in dominant looks. 2-0 start here in the grand finals.
Another kind of cool moment as Xiaoshu does at least get to walk forward and claim a kill, but he'll have to watch as the Nexus goes down for the 2nd time in a row this series, putting JDG down 0-2.
Really, all of that rests on Junja into this game. We have also talked about the some of the picks from Hongq, ones that we think are good, ones that we think are, you know, not so bright.
Even when On gets all his spells up and available, you're still playing into Kog'Maw Lulu, and if you ever go in, boom, you're getting polymorphed. Junja.
He's alone. Nobody is really close to Shun. Junja could just continue this trade, but now On is on the way, and so is Viper. Flash heal from On keeps Shun alive, and Junja struggling for a way out. Does have Hongq on the way as well. JDG actually managed to collapse and save their jungler from Mission Impossible. On low. This could be first blood. This could be huge. Vampire collecting first blood. Bit odd, but it's big. It is big for JDG as they must win this game.
Giving gold to them, I think, it sometimes trumps giving gold to either your mid laner or even your bottom laner in some instances. If Lulu gets to her Enchantress items even sooner, I think this game is completely busted. What the hell, Bin? I mean, sure, you got the wave in, but Sion's going to get the next wave.
Shun showing up in the bot lane.
Gala steps
Gala and
up.
Vampire stepped a bit too far forward and On bumps him under the tower. Gala's taken 2 turret shots and is gonna go down. Viper collects the kill and BLG are back on the board 2-2.
He recognizes that the enemy bot lane has to get this wave in. Probably is also expecting that Shun is going to have camps. I like this steal away. You gave up your AD carry, but still getting dragons is kind of a win condition we've seen time and time again in this season.
Yep. JDG going to be able to claim that Drake despite the difficulties of bot lane. Gala, though, I guess a silver lining here is he is able to hold on to that flash, so still has that defensiveness.
And make it so that they'll have an item advantage or some kind of put their enemies at a disadvantage. Junja's getting engaged.
Same thing's happening in the mid lane as Knight forced to flash away once again. Junja will manage to live, actually absorbs the wild growth, but Hongkyu's on the way. And the 2v1 becomes a 4v1 in the favor of JDG, as Hongkyu does manage to translate, turning a mid lane advantage into the river. Does fall, but Junja manages to pick up the next kill. Still an advantage trade for JDG, and something they desperately need.
I still love what we saw there. Didn't get to move. I mean, Viper, I'm pretty sure you lose this one.
Gala cannot afford to die right now. Viper flash, maybe after death, maybe Viper goes down, and he will. Gala collecting the kill in the 1-for-1, and Junja gets to keep pushing this wave.
Shun is going to be the first, but Junja is in the area, though. No Weaver's Wall for Hongkyu and no Prio for Xiaoshu. It's very difficult for Xin to actually walk in here with inklings of safety.
Got
Will
one, that
be
counts.
likely another 3 Void Grubs going over to BLG, demonstrating remarkable priority on this objective, as you had mentioned out. Forced to consider this Kog'Maw as the key to victory, or the very thing that could lead to their downfall. Vampire sticking around, making sure that Gala is safe as his team goes for the Dragon, and it's going to be a Dragon uncontested for JDG, their second one of the game.
Yeah, BLG just really... For sure, and Vampire has to keep kind of his eyes on... We'll hang on.
Out, and unfortunately not much that he can do on. Gonna pay for this positioning with his life. Does pop the Unbreakable Will before falling, but fall he must. JDG have complete control over the top side river, and this final Void Grub will belong to them.
And Viper... That is just a sad sight to see. It's going to keep ballooning Gala ahead. He's not the guy that gets the kill, but now Junja is just going to be able to rotate up here. He's going to patrol this Tribush, and I feel like with the item advantages that are present, they can go for these 3v3s.
The BLG want this engaged. They've got to teleport far behind JDG, who are currently stuck in the Tribrush. Hongkyu is here.
Too, though.
It is a 4 pile-up on both sides. Everybody's trying to disengage from the gravity well that Knight laid down. Hongkyu in the front line, now Junja, but a teleport into the back line from Xiaoshu draws the ire of BLG and forces them to group up. Xiaoshu now flashing away. Junja alone in the front line. He's going to go down the bump back. Actually favoring JDG for now as Jun goes for the flank. Big flash pulverize from On. Does cost him his life, however, as Gala, untouched in the back line, strikes back for JDG.
They're not going to be able to contest for this Herald. I mean, it doesn't matter that you got 2 of the grubs here for JDG. How much more can they do? Gala is still full HP. You do not have wild growth.
Gala can do this. Polymorph is big. Bin is going to go down. Last auto will do it. It's another kill for Gala. And even without a jungler, Xiaoshu rockets forward. JDG are clawing their way back into this series.
Vampire turning BLG's carries into squirrels and buffing up his own carries to allow them to win the fight. JDG claw their way back, like you said, Dia.
There's no subjugate available, so the TP shield, and you look at his items, Victor's not pushing any kind of real DPS into this guy at this time. The Herald, it's actually a pretty big save, I think, for BLG.
Well, it does absorb a quick wild growth as BLG look for yet another play. On really wants this, but again, is going to be left alone. That Unbreakable Will is doing basically nothing in the face of JDG.
You have lost the last couple fights here, and I think having to face down a 21-minute Soul.
Wait, hang on.
Here, Gala. Oh! Oh, God, he's gone. BLG did take control despite a bit of an awkward throw, and second game, you did not see BLG give even a single toss. JDG this time have definitely of their own volition.
And we can maybe have some access coming on through, but they're completely cut off.
Weaver's Wall. Shun and On are grouped up together, but they've got to pull the trigger immediately. Bin goes over the wall. Dominus already popped. He finds Junja. Gala still firing away at him from the back line, though completely untouched. On is finally going to flash and bump him forward, but Gala still has nobody else looking at him. Frontline has Xiaoshu and Hongqiu destroying Knight, and Gala picks up yet another kill.
Great trade here for BLG. JDG now get to move into the Baron. They'll have that buff for 2.5 minutes, and unless there's some big heroics coming on through, there's still big questions.
No Dominus for Bin, who again gets polymorphed. Junja flashes on him this time, isolating himself from the Baron.
Junja, you
still
are the
hasn't finished
jungler.
off either kill. Well, Shun is watching the Baron go down. Junja will collect the kill onto On, walk his way back to the Baron pit, but Shun has to be kept out of here, and you cannot risk going 50-50 on a smite.
You absolutely cannot. I mean, Shun doesn't have flash, so there's really no easy way for him to get into the pit, but he's going to try and maneuver his way. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, though. Baron should go to JDG. It was a little bit closer. I think Shun was maybe a bit too close for comfort, but still, JDG turning that fight into a worth it play. All 5 members going to be wearing purple, and this will just allow them. I think the Siege with the range on things like the...
into a position for his team to collapse, but by giving up all of the access to your front line, now it is allowed for Knight to fall at the beginning, halfway through that fight. And yes, you still get the Dragon. I like JDG's position. We've liked their draft throughout this game here.
BLG to make their way on to the Kog'Maw. The real big thing that I think has given BLG success to get onto the back line is, hold on. Okay.
Pillar, man.
Got him. Wait, Bin is on a flank.
Gets to engage for free. Bin, remember, no flash on Gala, so he gets on top of him, but again, polymorphed again. Another kill fed into Gala. BLG commit on this time while Xiaoshu zones off the entire team, kills Viper, and sets up a double kill for Gala. This puppy cannot be stopped. JDG have collected 3 kills so far and are looking for the inhibitor, perhaps even more.
All right, they're just going to go for the game. Please give this first pick, Lulu, MVP for this game. Vampire with an instantaneous cleanse from the Mikhails keeps Gala alive, and that's game number 3 going over to Jindong Gaming.
Nothing that Shun and Knight can do but watch as the Nexus towers fall and as JDG start their way back into this series. Gala again steps up.
3 items is scary when you have a Rise on the opposite side, but Anivia, I think the wall, just, again, any piece of terrain that you can get from a basic ability, I'm going to take it any day of the week.
Well, since we already know where the BLG jungler is, bit of an awkward spot for him, and for Xiaoshu, things have not gotten a whole lot better. This is a full-on dive by BLG. Bin collects first blood, and this Gwen gets even scarier.
More camps means that he's going to be a lot quicker on the play to get to level 6. Xiaoshu again.
This gets so much worse. There's no flash on this Zahen. He's just gone. It is another kill to Bin. This is going to get oppressive incredibly quickly, and flash forward for Knight. Remember, Hongqiu's got no egg. This could be a big difference maker so low.
Oh, no, he's dead.
Knight
No.
steps 1 step out of line. Jungle, though, does put Shun in a bit of an awkward position, as unfortunately, the bot lane priority continues to go the way of JDG. Bin, again, caught the top side. Can't do too much about it. Grim Deliverance does keep him up for now, though. He's actually, hold on, teleporting out of here.
One point that JDG will run into later on is because they are a little bit shorter range, they really want to try to take these grubs away, giving a Gwen and a Rise the side lane. Oh.
Supreme Display of Talent just makes that unplayable, unfortunately. But on the Bryce side, we got all 3 grubs, so... JDG aren't taking this dragon. I don't know if BLG are, but JDG ain't.
Now, Bin shows up, and they're like, nope, okay, guys, we're leaving. Bye-bye.
Not needed, but... boy, this is bad.
Remember, no Supreme Display of Talent here is actually playable for the JDG bot lane. They deny dragon for now, and might be able to keep doing it. Gala's got a pretty healthy lead, and now there's no quickness on.
Yeah, so... BLG not really there with the engaged shield, but that's not going to matter.
We just keep stepping up, and we keep going forward. Vampire will fall, but Gala answers that back, takes out Shun. And it's a quick reversal of fortunes for JDG. I mean, they do lose their support, but they took out the jungler, and we're all the way back at Dragon that JDG can absolutely snag.
Guys, and I hate to pull up an aside, but Gwen was literally fighting Xiaoshu underneath, in between the turrets here. He was completely proxy farming him as well.
Yeah, that's
tough.
Pantheon? All right, finally.
We got to be really quick about starting this up. We've got priority. We've also got Bin moving yet again to reinforce the rest of his team in case this ends up being a scrap. Xiaoshu also no teleport, so this is a 4v5.
Bin's just clearing midway for right now. JDG are going to have to go for a smite steal. Junja actually moves forward, but gets trunked by the quickness. Bin's come in on the side, and he's all over Gala right now. He is forced back into the river, but Rift Herald, meanwhile, will go down to BLG. No kills on either side yet, and JDG managed to back off. They don't get the Rift Herald, but they get bot lane tower. The first tower of the game going to Xiaoshu. Junja backs off, and there goes the teleport from Bin. Nobody from JDG wanting to step up to that, but a little bit of an ultimate on top of it, just to make it a little uncomfortable for BLG. This scuttle belonging to BLG is a small victory, but they need a whole lot more. Gala needs room to step up, and Knight's going on the flank, making this sort of pincer onto the JDG backline. Dragon's at about half HP. We've got a Rift Herald out, and the knockup coming down from that. Out goes the Supreme Display of Talent. Dragon goes over to BLG. On is in the backline. Double knockup, and Bin is all over it. He's snapping up Gala and shutting down JDG. Xiaoshu does manage to find a big free deliverance. Out comes the Blade Caller, but Bin chasing him down now should have no problem with his opposite number.
Okay. Yeah, that's a huge win here for BLG. Not only do they grab all of the kills on this play, they get the dragon. And
absolutely, and BLG, I feel like it's just going to get worse with time for JDG when you're looking at the enemy team, because we're going to have the Gwen continuing to scale, we're going to have the Xayah continuing to get items and beat.
That last book's not coming out, bro. It's not.
He's got 2 books left. He's got 2 books left.
I can't even read, so that's why I do League of Legends. We got Dragon started here. BLG are first to the play.
Remember, on no flash for this. It's going to stymie his engage options a little bit, but suppose that if BLG just kill the dragon, it's
overload to try and get a pick that JDG just haven't really tried it.
Mapper gets to walk up to this turret. Actually could see it fall right here. BLG managed to claim the mid lane tier 1 at 27 minutes, and that changes things for JDG in a huge way.
Legendary stance there from Viper. He notices, double
knockup from On. This is big, and following that up with the Supreme Display of Talent, Hongq, even through the egg, does not get to come back. BLG pick the mid laner, and they look for more. They look for the Baron.
Yeah, Viper stood on the mid wave and forced Junja out, made him use his flash, and now JDG are going to have to answer. Baron almost gone.
Still got hostile takeover in the pit. That can be deadly, but look at Bin walking things out, taking Junja to half health. He's in the pit. Junja wants the Baron, but it's too high HP. He's going to go down. And we look at the rest of JDG. We look at Gala trying desperately to make something happen, and it is for nothing. He will fall. Vampire, last alive, will be run down, and BLG, they'll pick up a delayed ace and the Baron to boot.
The window was closing, it was slowly shutting in the faces of JDG, but at the last second, BLG take that window, they slam it onto their fingers.
And again, this Kalista Renata just not having the range or really the damage to deal with BLG's carries at this point. It's becoming ever more clear that...
I mean, the Baron is going to do some serious damage, especially into an Anivia composition.
And the big thing about Hongq, the one that kind of set him behind, is hang on, is looking for an engage.
If they win a fight here, they win the game, and that's the threat that BLG have right now. Junja does rocket on forward, but it is just to get BLG out of their base. We have not seen the big cyclone engages that JDG need to buy space for Gala instead.
In the laning phase, and a Knight, a player, one of the most accomplished in the LPL, a win here would be his 7th first place. An absolutely legendary stat for a legendary player that so many consider to be the GOAT of the LPL at this point in time.
Last inhibitor, this last bit of safety that JDG have between them and really the end of the game. Junja getting a little desperate, is going to force the Feather Storm out of Viper, the flash out of him as well. On goes on a peel journey, but the hostile takeover connects, and it's a big kill for Junja. Jun does come in to try and reverse things.
Knight is ending the
game.
game.
Buys time. Knight is just, he's just focused on the one thing, the win for BLG, and Bin is turning things around topside as well. Is there a place where BLG truly lose?
Maybe. They're getting the teleport back. They're going to try to end it. Gets canceled.
Wait, they canceled it!
Xiaoshu,
actually,
please.
he can do this. And Honkyu can clear waves, surely. No!
Knight!
He can't
Oh,
step
God.
up to Knight!
He's gonna-
Knight
is
is
he gonna do it?
literally ending the game!
Honkyu, stop him!
There, literally do something! Anything! Stop him! Knight!
Egg!
He pops the egg! And Knight, by force, will take his
Oh my
next
God.
title! Xiaoshu and Vampire trying to stand in his way. One more auto will
Oh.
do it. And with the Realm Warp for style, Knight once again crowns himself king of the LPL.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.